Hi, I'm here to do a quick update on my locks. So, I came on a couple weeks ago, and I said that I would try to do it every week, but then I got busy again. Um, but now we're in quarantine time, so definitely not as busy. And I wanted to kind of give a full rundown on my locks. So, pretty much, um, so I was gonna say, I first got them on May 23rd, 2018. I finally looked up the date because when I had first got them, I didn't really document it or anything because I was scared that I was even going to keep them. I thought, because I changed my mind a lot, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to go through with having locks. But now it's been almost 2 years. So May 23rd of this year will mark my, like, me of having locks completely for 2 whole years, which is kind of nuts. Um, but in this video, I just wanted to kind of do like a general length thing and talk about just the parting of my locks, little things that I've had with my locks, but this is still going to be a pretty short video. So, pretty much my locks now um, are around my collarbone, like around this length. This is where they naturally fall. I don't think, yeah, if I stretch it out, maybe it's a little lower than my collarbone, but it's not like I normally walk around like that. Um, so I'll just do like a tiny turnaround. And this side. So normally I have it it kind of looks like it's part on the side, but it's kind of in the middle. Um, and then sometimes I wear a headband. Today I'm not wearing a headband, but that's also because so a lot of times, especially if it's cold or anything, I'll put it in like a kind of wrap, or if it's raining too, I'll put it just in a wrap. This is what I use to go to sleep. It's just like a satin wrap that this is one of the only wraps I have that actually stays on my head. Everything else I've had always falls off in the middle of the night. And then I wear this beanie sometimes too. This is a beanie that I love. Um, I love like knitted hats like this for my hair. But I stopped. At first, I just used to wear them on my head, but now I use this just to kind of protect it a little bit because I wear it so often. So today I was kind of wearing it in that, so it's more like flat than it normally would look. Um, okay. But also, my main thing was going for semi-freeform locks, which is when you get your locks done professionally and you get them in a grid, but they still you kind of grow them out however they grow out however they want. You don't keep retwisting them. And it's been 2 years now, so that's a while. I've had times, and even before that, I tried to start another lock journey. That's why I wasn't that sure about this lock journey because I've already tried before. But throughout this journey, I've had times where I've tried to get it retwisted, maybe styled. I've gotten it styled like once or twice in this whole time, where I've tried to do it myself, where I've gone to different salons. I've been now to maybe three, like four different salons in total, I think. Two in Philly and then two over here in LA. So I got them done maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, by this place on La Brea. It's I always have a problem. I always have like serious anxiety when I go to a salon because, and even there will be months leading up to me getting my hair done. I'll go back and forth between if I want to get it done or not, or if I just want to let it keep growing. And I always think it's gonna look different than it actually does when I get it retwisted. I think like it always looks. I don't have any pictures of it when I first got it done, and I should have taken some, but I didn't really like the way that it looked, so I wasn't really taking pictures of it. But it normally just looks really flat and strange, and I always have a really weird like anxious time when I'm at the salon. So But one of the main reasons that I did want to go is because I mentioned this in another video. So that's one thing about um like me not knowing if I was going to keep my locks for this long. So at a point, I think it was last summer maybe, which is like kind of halfway through, I took out the front kind of my locks and like a little bit around. I guess not this guy, but there's like even one here. You can see it. It looks kind of newer because I had already taken it out. Um, Not these guys, but mainly in the front. Ooh, like this guy. You can see he's a little newer. This guy too. Um, so yeah, I had thought that I was just gonna take out my whole head because that I think once you finally get to around, and I'm not even fully gonna be at 2 years really because there's still like those locks that are kind of newer because I took them out and they're regrowing. So now they're like almost a year old. Um, but I had a point where I thought I was gonna take out my whole head, and I started kind of around because these were the easiest to take out. Um, but then after having done a few of them, I decided that I wasn't going to, and I think like a few on the top too. Not this one, but a couple of them. I definitely took out a handful. And then those I kind of had to twist up on back on my own so it's not exactly like parted like the rest of them or as neat as the rest of them, and at this point I don't care as much. But they're definitely still kind of tricky when I am just styling my hair or wearing my hair naturally because they'll kind of be the ones to stick out. And if it was like something in the middle of my head, normally that's okay, but it's in the front so it stands out more, and that's why I wear headbands and kind of like wear it in beanies a lot too, so I don't have to deal with like it sticking out or looking strange. But getting back to the salon, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to get my hair retwisted because I was having like it had been I hadn't got my hair retwisted in like maybe 6 months or sometime. I know it was sometime last year. Definitely, I haven't done them in 2020 yet. Um, and every time I go back to the salon, they're like, "Oh, like why did it take so long to come back?" And I'm like, "Because I don't want to get my hair retwisted. I don't like it. If I could stay away from getting my hair retwisted, then I would." So I just wanted to see if they would kind of, if when she retwisted it, it would help out the front a little bit, and it kind of did. So that part was good, but the main thing that I don't like um is that they're kind of harsher on the locks because I have a few locks that I let grow together. Like there's certain things also that I need to be clear with like the salon or whoever the person who's doing my hair, I need to be clear with them about. Um like there's certain things because they're kind of rough at times and they'll just be picking apart your locks, especially if you haven't gotten them done in a while, because they're gonna stick together. That's just what locks do, and a lot of times it's not a bad thing at all. It's just natural. um so like this is pretty much a combination of a few locks. You can see the ends. It's kind of like 2 or 3 locks that form together. And I never mind these. I kind of like these locks when they bunch up like that. I think it's nice. I would just like my hair to do whatever it wants for the most part. Um, but ones like those, they'll try to rip and like retwist. I'm like, please, like don't touch those. So yeah, and I took my cousin too. I mean, the place is nice, but it was a lot of traffic getting there in the first place. It's always pretty expensive. You always wait a while. Like, if I could stay away from getting my hair retwisted, then I definitely would. But I was kind of seeing if she would help out with the front a little bit, and she did to a certain extent. But I don't think I'm gonna get retwisted again, but we'll see because there is always a certain point, maybe after like a few months, like 3, 4 months, or like 4 to 6 months maybe, where the hair starts growing out. And sometimes you can style it, but if you're not used to wearing it like that, then it's kind of like it's hard for you to figure out styles or just figure out how to wear it instead of there was a point where I was just throwing in beanies a bunch because it was kind of getting crazy and I didn't know what to do. But I feel like there's a certain point where you can get past that and then you start getting used to having the different growth in your hair and it just looking fine. So my parts are pretty much standard square parts. That's how I wanted it in case I wanted to retwist it. Then I wouldn't have to follow something difficult because I'm very impatient, and that's the main reason I got locks in the first place. So I didn't have to take care of my hair that much. And they're like small to medium size. I like them this size. At first, I got them a little bigger, and then we redid it so I could have them this size because this to me is like a nice standard size. It's easy to grow. It's easy to retwist. They're not too small where you're spending like hours and hours retwisting them, and they're not too big. Like you can't put them in as many styles, things like that. One thing also is that they're kind of all different lengths because at the point where I got my hair done, my fro was all different lengths. I used to cut it myself a lot, and I would just kind of cut the split ends, but it was never really even. So I was thinking at a point, I mean, now I'm kind of reconsidering it, but I was thinking at a point of like trying to cut it all at an even length. Like it would be like this, and then the hair behind my shoulders, I would kind of cut it. Wonder how that would look. Yeah. It's just nice to have it even sometimes, but then hair doesn't really grow evenly. Anyways. Um, but those are just a few updates during the quarantine. Hope everyone's relaxing, taking care of themselves during this time. Hope no one's sick. But I wanted to keep these updates short. I just like coming in, giving a little update about my hair. We're almost at 2 years, so that's exciting. May 23rd of this year will be definitely 2 full years of me having locks, and that's a huge commitment because I never thought I would get this far with locks, and I'm definitely very satisfied with them. It'd be nice to learn how to style them a little more, like quick styles, like putting in a little scarf or a cool headband, things like that. I would definitely want to get into. The only style that I will do sometimes that takes like a longer time is twisting them up. So I'll take like just two of them and twist them, just like you would an afro or just like you would your normal natural hair. And then I'll tie them at the end, and I'll do that when they're wet, and then take them out, and it looks kind of wavy. But I used to do that a lot more when I had more time, but it takes it'll take like an hour or something, and even that's sometimes too long for me. And that's not even that long compared to a lot of the styles that I used to do that used to take me like 3 hours or more. Thanks for watching.